Hello and welcome to Belfast Underground. Again, my name's Dilly and I want to run through 10 big brand new titles for this weekend on vinyl in store. Okay, just very quickly, quick brief one to the point just to show you what there is. First off, Belfast boy, Trance Wax. You would have had to have been living on the moon to not have heard of this guy lately. Belfast Gary McCartney, who sort of also known as Ejeka as well. He does a lot of more sort of deep techie stuff under that name, but his Trance Wax stuff has been taken off all over the world, and this comes from the brilliant Armada Music, who all trance fans will know. You don't get a bigger name in the world of trance than Armada, really. So basically 16 big tracks spread across 2 records. Lovely kind of weirdy blue turquoise coloured vinyl as well. You've everything in there. You've kind of slightly more proggy tracks. You've got a drum and bass tracks. You've got big full on euphoric trancers. The production on this is absolutely immense as well, and I think everyone in Belfast should be very, very proud of this guy for the work that he has put in. So that's one big release landed. Number 2, Frankie Knuckles, the Whistle Song. Frankie Knuckles, who you know, passed away, I think it'll be 10 years next March. I think it'll be 10 years dead. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's the case, but anyhow, Whistle Song, one of his classics from back in the day. This was out a while ago, but it has been reissued again on lovely, what do you say, pink vinyl. Yeah, cool, great song, great track, great remix from Cynthia, from Berlin again. Someone let me know if I'm actually pronouncing the name Cynthia correctly. I don't know. It could be Kinthe. It could be, who knows. Some of the music boffins watching this are going to correct me, I know. But sure, I made an effort anyway. That's the main thing. So anyhow, that's in on lovely pink vinyl for anyone who's interested. I've got 2 brand new releases on Drumcode. Drumcode's a big seller. Always has been for us. Even back in the day when we ran the Mixmaster shop in Belfast, Drumcode releases, we could have sold like 50 to 100 copies of like every Drumcode release. I'm not exaggerating. When a new Adam Bear record came out, instantly I would have took like 30 to 40 straight away. Obviously not just as much these days, you know. Vinyl sales aren't that good anymore compared to what they were, but still, they've changed direction. They've went a lot more big stadium techno, I would call it, but really solid production as always on this. You've got Adam Bear, Robotic Arms, with the track which was No Hate, which was featured on quite a lot of the Drumcode adverts that you would see popping up on your newsfeed. This huge track. Also Charles D, Don't Stop. I think he's had stuff out before on Drumcode. Again, 3-tracker, just exactly what you'd expect from the Drumcode guys, really. Pounding. Moving on then, Special Request featuring Novelist. Special Request obviously being Paul Woolford, a big favourite over on these shores. He's played here loads of times. He's played up for the guys in Derry for Jika quite a lot, and he's quite pally with those guys. He knows those guys quite well. He also played for us when he was over a couple of years ago. He played for us on Belfast Underground Radio, did a cracker set. I bought loads of tunes as well in the shop. So Special Request featuring Novelist, big kind of pounding UK garage ghetto style rap corker. Brilliant track. Okay, moving on. I was going on about these last week. Circular Saw, Tool Room Records, sold out the first batch. This is the second batch in for this weekend. If anyone who didn't get one, I have them again. Next up, big Irish release of the week. Two guys from Waterford, I believe they're from. Two brothers, the O'Sullivan brothers. Sullivan or O'Sullivan. I'll double check that one. SX2. This is huge. Huge. Three really solid kind of sort of electro proggy tracks, and one great track featuring rapper Pat Lagoon as well. But my favourite would be the second track on the A side, Dreamer, which John Digweed featured in one of his latest Transitions radio shows, which is just lovely, just exactly what you'd expect. But this is pure quality from Ireland. Get on it. Okay, moving on. Remixes, Octave One, Never on Sunday. Super remixes from Orbital and from Georgia Angoilia. Who knows? It sounded right to me, so whatever. But it's the Georgia one that everyone seems to be going for so far. Orbital mixes, great as well. And on the B side, you've got three other tracks that were on the release from last year, I think it was, or 8 months ago. So this corker, big interest in these. These will sell out pretty quickly, without a doubt. Okay, which leads me on to the last two from the Big Ten for this weekend. So, two big, absolute corker reissues that always sell. It's an absolute given that these will sell. From I've been selling records, which is going on 32 years now, I'm pretty sure I have sold, I don't know how many thousands, I must actually work it out, but of these two records in my history. JD, Plastic Dreams, I just sells and sells. Never ever gets old, always gets played, and I just keep getting it in and sells. I'm never left with any copies in the shop. This is the last one that came out, which has lovely splattered vinyl, as you can see. And the thing with these splattered vinyl is, as I'm sure you already know, but I'll just tell you again anyway in case you didn't, with a splattered vinyl, every single one is going to be unique. There won't be two identical copies. When you watch the guys making these, you watch the videos on YouTube and Facebook of the guys making the splattered vinyl, there couldn't possibly ever be two exactly the same. You know, the guy takes a handful of little plastic beads or whatever they are, and puts them in around the raw sort of vinyl mold, which looks like clay, and puts it down in, and the way it spreads out the splatter around it, there's no way they could ever be the same. Anyway, I'm waffling, but Plastic Dreams, absolute corker. If you don't know this and you're into dance music, well, you're not really into dance music then, I'm sorry. So anyhow, got a couple of these in. These will sell tonight and tomorrow, so if you want them, grab them. Again, Beltram, what more can you say about this big slice of acid cake that hasn't already been said? Energy Flash, my god, I'm not even going to start. I have it in my head and I was going to start and actually do the sounds, the acid sounds, but I find that a bit cringy, so I'm not going to do it. But massive tune, Joey Beltram. Energy Flash also has Jazz 3033, subsonic trance and psycho bass on it, on beautiful translucent purple vinyl. So there you go, 10 biggies for the weekend. Give me a shout if you want anything. As always, I'll leave links will be in the description if you want to pop in and grab anything. These two will be in like the classic reissues section, but I'll put a link in that as well. And all the rest of them can be found in the latest arrivals section. So I've got a huge big amount of used second-hand stuff this week. Far too many to go through in one video. It would bore the tits off everyone. So I'm going to whittle it down a little bit. You know, there's lots of stuff that just possibly wouldn't be that interesting, but I'm going to whittle it down to the core stuff, and I'll post that video in the next day or so, hopefully. So until then, have yourselves a great weekend, and I will speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.